Jai Shri Ramakrishna. Letters of Swami Vivekananda. Rise, awake, onward. I only tell you this, that whoever reads this letter will imbibe my spirit. Have faith, onward. Swami Vivekananda. Letter number 40. 541 Dearborn Avenue, Chicago, 1894. Dear Dewanji, your letter pleased me extremely. I, of course, understand the joke, but I am not the baby to be put off with the joke. Now take more. The secret of success of the Westerners is the power of organization and combination. That is only possible with mutual trust and cooperation and help. Now here is V. Chand Gandhi, the Jain, whom you well knew in Bombay. This man never takes anything but pure vegetables, even in this terribly cold climate, and tooth and nail tries to defend his countrymen and religion. The people of this country like him very well. But what are they doing? Who sent him over? They are trying to outcast him. Jealousy is a vice necessarily generated in slaves. Again, it is jealousy that holds them down. Here were M and others. They were all trying to lecture and get money thereby. M means Mazumdar. They did something, but I succeeded better than they. Why? I did not put myself as a bar to their success. It was the will of the Lord. But all these, except have fabricated and circulated the most horrible lies about me in this country, and at my back. Americans will never stoop to such meanness. If any man tries to move forward here, everybody is ready to help him. In India, you may try tomorrow by writing a single line of praise for me in any of our papers, Hindu, and next day they would be all against me. Why? It is the nature of slaves. They cannot suffer to see any one of their brethren putting his head the least above their rank. Do you mean to compare such stuff with these children of liberty, self-help and brotherly love? The nearest approach to our people are the freed slaves of the United States of America, the Negroes. Why? In the South they are about 20. In the South there are about 20 millions and are now free. The whites are a handful, still the whites hold them down all the same. Why? Even when they have every right by law, and a bloody war between the brothers has been fought to free these slaves. The same defect, jealousy. Not one of these Negroes would bear to see his brother Negro praised or pushing on. Immediately they would join the whites to crush him down. You can have no idea about it until you come out of India. It is all right for those who have plenty of money and position to let the world roll on thus. But I call him a traitor who, having been educated, nursed in luxury by the heart's blood of the downtrodden, millions of toiling poor, never even takes a thought for them. Where, in what period of history your rich men, noble men, your priests and potentates took any thought for the poor, the grinding of whose faces is the very lifeblood of their power? But the Lord is great. The vengeance came sooner or later, and they who sucked the lifeblood of the poor, whose very education was at their expense, whose very power was built on their poverty, were in their turn sold as slaves by hundreds and thousands, their wives and daughters dishonored, their property robbed for the last 1,000 years. And do you think it was for no cause? Why, amongst the poor of India so many are Mohammedans. It is nonsense to say They were converted by the sword. It was to gain their liberty from the zamindars and from the priests, and as a consequence you find in Bengal there are more Mohammedans than Hindus amongst the cultivators, because there were so many zamindars there. Who thinks of raising these sunken, downtrodden millions? A few thousand graduates do not make a nation. A few rich men do not make a nation. True, our opportunities are less, but still there is enough to feed and clothe and make 300 millions more comfortable, nay luxurious. 90% of our people are without education. Who thinks of that? These babus, the so-called patriots. Now let me tell you, still there is a God, no joke. He is ordering our lives, and although I know a nation of slaves cannot but try to bite at the hand that wants to give them medicine, yet pray with me, you, one of the few that have real sympathy for everything good, for everything great, one at least whom I know to be a man of true ring, nobility of nature, and a thorough sincerity of head and heart. Pray with me, lead kindly light amidst the encircling gloom. I do not care what they say. I love my God, my religion, my country, and above all myself, a poor beggar. I love the poor, the ignorant, the downtrodden. I feel for them. The Lord knows how much. He will show me the way. I do not care a fig for human approbation or criticism. I think of most of them as ignorant, noisy children. They have not penetrated into the inner nature of sympathy, into the spirit which is all love. I have that insight through the blessing of Ramakrishna. I am trying to work with my little band. All of these poor beggars like me, you have seen them. I am trying to work with my little band. All of these poor beggars like me, you have seen them. But the Lord's works have been always done by the lowly, by the poor. You bless me that I may have faith in my Guru, in my God, and in myself. The only way is love and sympathy. The only worship is love. May He help you and yours ever and ever. With prayers and blessings, Vivekananda. Letter number 4117, Beacon Street, Boston, May 1894. Dear Adhyapak Ji, by this time you have got the pamphlet and the letters. If you like, I would send you over from Chicago some letters from Indian princes and ministers. One of these ministers was one of the commissioners of the late Opium Commission that sat under Royal Commission in India. If you like, I will have them write to you to convince you of my not being a cheat. But my brother, our ideal of life is to hide, to suppress, and to deny. We are to give up and not to take. Had I not the fad in my head, I would never have come over here, and it was with a hope that it would help my cause that I joined the Parliament of Religions, having always refused it when our people wanted to send me for it. I came over telling them that I may or may not join that assembly, and you may send me over if you like. They sent me over, leaving me quite free. You did the rest. I am morally bound to afford you every satisfaction, my kind friend, but for the rest of the world I do not care what they say. The sannyasin must not have self-defense, so I beg of you not to publish or show anybody anything in that pamphlet or the letters. I do not care for the attempts of the old missionary, but the fever of jealousy which attacked Mazumdar gave me a terrible shock, and I pray that he would know better, for he is a great and good man who has tried all his life to do good. But this proves one of my master's sayings: living in a room covered with black soot, however careful you may be, some spots must stick to your clothes. So, however one may try to be good and holy, so long he is in the world, some part of his nature must gravitate downwards. The way to God is the opposite to that of the world, and to few, very few are given to have God and Mammon at the same time. I was never a missionary, nor ever would be one. My place is in the Himalayas. I have satisfied myself so far that I can with a full conscience say, my God, I saw terrible misery amongst my brethren. I searched and discovered the way out of it, tried my best to apply the remedy, but failed. So, thy will be done. May his blessings be on you and yours forever and ever. Yours affectionately, Vivekananda. 541 Dearborn Avenue, Chicago. I go to Chicago tomorrow or day after. Yours, Vivekananda. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.